Very good morning. This is Dr. Raj Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of Science and Humanities Chemistry Division, SRM MCET, Sivagunga District. So in my previous video, I have detailed about the first unit, water and its treatments, types of water, especially soft water and hard water and other things. So we know that soft water is very good for industrial use and then domestic use also. And then if we use continuously the hard water, it leads to some troubles. So that is mostly in industrial application. We are talking about the boiler troubles and so on. So since boiler troubles, it is a very lengthy topic. I divided into two parts. So in the first part, we are going to discuss about the scale, sludge, priming and foaming. And then in the second part, I am going to discuss about the boiler corrosion and so on. So boiler feed water. So water most specifically used in industries in the boilers for the preparation of steams for industrial application. So we will call that water boiler water, water which is used in boiler, that is called as a boiler feed water. So in industries it is used in steam preparation, hot water and electrical preparation and so on. And these are the suggested qualities or permissible limits of the characteristics of water: the hardness, the alkalinity, and then ash, so dissolved gases. So these are the expected qualities. So this, if this is fulfilled by the water, we can avoid the boiler troubles and so on. If you use hard water continuously, there is a chance, as I mentioned already, there is a chance for formation of scale and sludge, priming and foaming, and caustic embrittlement and boiler corrosion. So I am going to divide into these two parts. And first one, we will discuss about the scale and sludge. So mostly in the boiler, our purpose is to convert the water into steam, and then as the water is converted into steam, we know that water amount is decreases, and then the dissolved salts which are present in that water is concentrated more. And then if it is increase the beyond the saturation point, there is a chance for it is thrown out to the precipitate. So there are two types of precipitate, that is we are going to discuss, that is a scale and sludge. Based on its quality and then its nature, we will call it as a scale and sludge. So these are the two method or two process. One is if it is simply precipitate and then deposited, that will be called as a sludge. And then if adherent coating is possible in the inner walls of the container or boiler or any utensils what we are using for heating, we can say it is an water heater and so on. So if it is a adherent coating, that will be called as scale. So pictorially we can explain. This is, imagine that is in a inner parts of the boiler. If boiler is continuously heated by using an out external resources, and then if there is a chance for formation of loose precipitate, and then that is suspended in water or may be deposited, and that is called as a sludge. So loose precipitate is a key word here, and then adherent coating in the inner walls of the boiler, that is called as scale. Sludge. So this picture we explain that that is in a slummy precipitate. So this is in a definition. Sludge is in a soft, loose, and slimy precipitate. It is formed in the cooler parts of the boiler. Uh, Mostly in the boiler, we can based on its domain or area, we can divide into hotter part and then cooler part. So mostly the sludge is formed in the cooler parts of the boiler, and then these are the salts responsible: magnesium carbonate, magnesium chloride, and then magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride are responsible for sludge formation. So these sludges also leads to some disadvantages that can be removed by scrapping or by blow down operation process and so on. That is discussed in the coming slides also. So these are the disadvantages. Since it is a non-conductor or poor conductor of heat, the heat supplied to the boiler is wasted. We are wasting the lot of fuels. There is a chance for fuel waste, and then it may be block the pipes and so on. So this can be removed by scrapping, or blow down operation is a very famous technique by blowing with or with a flush of soft water or fresh water. We can able to remove the sludge, and this can be used by using soft water. So the main suggestion is we are giving here, by avoiding the hard water and using soft water, we can avoid the formation of sludge in the most of the boilers and so on. And then blow down operation is a technique. So next, this is in our day-to-day life also we can see lot of deposits in the buckets or water heater or shower and so on. So these are example for scale formation. So even it cannot be removed easily. We need some brushing or hammering or other hard methods or sometimes chemical treatment methods also required to remove. So this is called as a scale formation. So as I mentioned, scale is defined as this hard adherent deposits which is formed in the inner walls of the boiler. So most specifically we are talking about the boiler. So this is called as a scale which is formed in the inner walls of the boiler. The responsible salts are mostly calcium bicarbonate in the low pressure boilers, and then calcium sulfate, magnesium hydroxides, and then silica. Even these are the responsible for formation of the scale. So as I mentioned already, this is cannot be removed easily just by blow down operation or other things like sludge. Here some scrapping is required, some thermal shock or other wire brush and other method is required, or sometimes hammering is also required. So these are the similar to the sludge. This is also a very poor conductor, and then if it is formed in continuous stage and then if thickness is more, there is a chance for definitely it is a chance for wastage of fuel. And sometimes if it is blocks the outlet of the boiler for water, and then there is a chance for boiler explosion also. So it is little bit dangerous. And then and there the work people those are working in the boiler, they will maintain that or check the outlets, and then they scale formation, otherwise there is a chance for boiler explosion. uh, let's develop. So to avoid the boiler explosion, the regular maintenance is required, and we can avoid this by using soft water. So everywhere we will suggest that better we can use the soft water to avoid this boiler explosion and other things. So sometimes we will use that EDTA method also for scale removal and so on. And then soft water is as I mentioned, I will repeat, that is usage of soft water is a better suggestion for removal of scale and sludge or avoid the scale and sludge. So next one, priming and foaming. These are the very important two more question. So due to the poor design of the boiler, or the water level, increased water level or fast heating, the outcoming steam. So we know that from the boiler we are getting steam. So outcoming steam, if it contains some water droplets, that is called as a priming. So it is simply called as a wet steam formation. And then sometimes, mostly as I mentioned repeatedly, that uh, poor design of the boiler, and then a more water level or sudden water heating, these are the chance or causes for the priming. And foaming, due to the presence of some organic impurities or greases or any waste material or impurities present in that one, that top surface of the water may contain some stable foams. So that is called as a foaming method. So priming and foaming usually occurs together, and then it can be avoided by maintaining the good design and then good heating rate. And then we should avoid the impurities like silica or sometimes oil impurities. Everything can be removed, and then we can avoid the framing and foaming, and then we can maintain the good condition of the boil. So with this we will conclude, and then we will continue the in the next presentation the remaining parts of the uh, boiler troubles. Thank you.